The government of Puerto Rico welcomes the newly released Harvard University survey and we look forward to analyzing it, he said in a statement. As the world knows, the magnitude of this tragic disaster caused by Hurricane Maria resulted in many fatalities. We have always expected the number to be higher than what was previously reported. Rossello, the governor of Puerto Rico, was even more receptive to the study and didn't seem surprised with its results, pointing out that back then the island had an outdated protocol to account for the deaths. We know that the accurate death toll is higher, he said. In February, Rossello assigned a team of research from Milken Institute School of Public Health at the George Washington University to revise the death count related to the hurricane, but the researchers requested additional time to complete the study. The Daily Beast has reached out to George Washington University on numerous occasions, but according to Kathleen Fackelman, Director of Media Relations, the research team will make no comment until the study is finished. The study is ongoing and the research team has no results yet. Because of the intensive nature of the research and the short time frame, I do not have anyone who can take time out for interviews, said Fackelman. Mercator said that the Harvard study is a first step towards establishing a more honest narrative of what happened in Puerto Rico, shining a light as to what happened in the deadly aftermath of a storm that so pummeled the island. It is still recovering from it. Both studies will help us better prepare for future natural disasters and prevent lives from being lost, said Mercator. Of course, critics might poke through the argument here and say that the estimated number is based on a survey of randomly chosen households, that it doesn't necessarily mirror what might be the actual death toll in the area. Some, including Puerto Rico's Secretary of the Department of Public Safety, have questioned the legitimacy of the study, arguing that the result was based on hearsay and not real data, since the study did not have cooperation from the Puerto Rican government. The study was conducted based on surveys and did not use our database. A survey is not the same as using real data, said Hector Pescara, Secretary of Puerto Rico's Department of Public Safety. However, the researchers disagree in the paper. While an estimate, the number can be seen as pretty close to the actual number, they argue, emphasizing that they stratify the population, which means that households were represented across the country's barrios, socioeconomic classes, and remoteness measures to ensure accuracy. Not only that, but before and after estimates of mortality remained conspicuously high after the hurricane had passed, not matching normal mortality rates for that time of year, suggesting an event had caused the spike and that event had to be Hurricane Maria. And that doesn't even begin to count those who might have died alone. The hurricane mortality patterns also matched up well with what Americans have observed in the days after a hurricane on the mainland, with interruption of medical care a huge contributor to mortality rates. That basic infrastructure remained out of use even months after Maria's touchdown mean that those on the brink of death, particularly in remote regions, lost nearly all hope of being rescued and given urgent medical care. The Harvard study, importantly, did not have the cooperation of the territory's government in producing its numbers. The GU study, which was scheduled to come out this month but whose directors have been so overwhelmed with data that they asked for an extension, does have the government's cooperation. That means that the estimate the authors put forth will be almost immediately either defended or shattered. With additional reporting by Pablo Venez in Puerto Rico.